Nice. Well, good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here. My name is Mark Hunsberger. I'm the program director for Equity Arc. And thanks for joining us for this Equity Arc Pathways Orchestra info session. As we navigate through the session, we're going to cover a number of topics. We'll touch a little bit on Equity Arc, give an overview there for folks who may not be familiar with us or have not worked with us before. We'll do a brief overview of the Pathways Orchestra. We'll talk a little bit about some high-level things on the fellow experience, what you can expect to take away from this if you're participating with us. We'll share specific details about the 2026 Pathways Orchestra, as well as look at the application details for this year, and then set aside some time at the end for questions. A little bit about Equity Arc. Our mission is to champion and create equitable opportunities for aspiring classical musicians from underrepresented ethnicities. And we approach this in a number of ways. Through collaboration, we work with partners, organizations, institutions, and musicians across the country, much like yourselves. We work to recognize and remove barriers and create real access and opportunity for musicians. At the center of everything we do is artistic excellence. We understand that musicians need to develop both the technical and musical skills necessary to meet the artistic expectations of our field in order to be successful in their careers. And we approach all of this through an idea or a lens of holistic support. We work to meet musicians at every stage of their unique musical journey. And we recognize that there are both shared challenges and experiences that all of us have along that path. And we think of this journey in three stages: musical foundations, which is where access to music begins and futures are shaped; the intensive training years, which is where maybe many of you are now, where you're developing your technical skills and you're refining your musical identities, and all of those things are starting to take shape. And then an emerging professional stage, where Equity Arc really helps to launch and connect individuals in their careers. And across all of these stages, we really see our role to provide resources and programs that nurture musical and artistic excellence, that build networks and open doors to meaningful opportunities, and also that enable musicians to build sustainable and fulfilling careers as professional performers. We have a number of programs that help us accomplish all of this work. The Pathways Orchestra, which you're here for tonight, and the Wind Symphony are programs that really focus on artistic and musical excellence. They provide opportunities for networking and also professional development for those who participate in them. Our Common Application for Summer Study provides access for free to more than 25 summer study programs across the country. You can apply right through our platform. Everything is free. You fill out an application once, submit a couple of additional excerpts or audition requirements for each program, and you're good to go. Our Collegiate Access for Young Musicians series helps students develop the resources and skills they need to successfully navigate the college application and audition process. And through that, you also get a chance to connect with institutions and representatives through a virtual collegiate fair. Our Instrument Fund is a new program that we piloted last year. We gave away $150,000 to 17 really deserving young musicians. It is a competitive application process, but we really see this as providing access to a high quality instruments for aspiring pre-college musicians. And we know that access to a high quality instrument really helps you find your full musical potential and voice, but also pursue those next stages of your musical development at the collegiate level. And our national convening, we host every year, and it brings together professionals from across the field who collectively work toward advancing equity in classical music. We include, I should say, parents. There'll be students there. There'll be professional musicians, administrators, and faculty from institutions across the country. A little bit about the Pathways Orchestra. It's an ensemble of young artists who study at Pathways programs across the country, and those Pathways programs are part of our National Collective for Musical Pathways. And I see this picture's from the Chicago convening we had last year. I see some folks who were here for that experience. Historical collaborations, we've worked with the Chicago Symphony, we've worked with the Cincinnati Symphony, and we've also worked with the National Symphony. And this year will be our 5th anniversary, and we're actually going to self-present the ensemble for the first time. Since the orchestra started in 2022, we've seen a lot of steady growth in the size of the ensemble. And as we head into this season, we're actually anticipating our largest orchestra to date. At the core of this experience is that standard of artistic excellence we mentioned before. The auditions are competitive for the orchestra, and the students really want to be challenged. They expect us to have a high level of rigor in the music making, and we are committed to meeting their expectations. Some examples of repertoire we've performed in the past include Tchaikovsky's Fourth Symphony, Shostakovich's Fifth Symphony, and Dvorak's Ninth Symphony. And something new for this year, as we see the artistic level of the ensemble continue to grow, we're really looking forward to fully featuring the talent and dedication of our fellows. So you'll have the opportunity to learn alongside a really outstanding faculty of professional musicians during the residency, but the culminating concert will be a chance to fully feature the fellows on stage. And I think another core part of this, amidst all of this artistic excellence and the expectations, you'll really find a community that's encouraging and welcoming. The program really emphasizes this community, and we see that students and faculty are not only deeply committed to the musical components, but they're invested in the success of everyone involved. Everybody wants to see their peers be successful in this group. I think that's something really unique. In terms of your experience as a fellow, some things you'll walk away with. You'll notice that our holistic approach is kind of woven into every aspect of this. So the music making will be at the core of the experience, but the program also will help you develop the professional network you need to be successful in your career and also gain essential skills for building that career as a performer. So when you come away from this experience, you'll feel artistic growth. It is a professional level ensemble experience. We made high expectations. We expect that musicians arrive with their music prepared. Rehearsals are dedicated to the actual ensemble experience and the musical development. It's not a place to learn your individual parts. And you'll find that this is an opportunity to rehearse and learn from professional orchestral musicians who will be sitting in your sections and working with you directly. There's lots of opportunities for mentorship. You'll find peer-to-peer mentorship with the other student musicians who are in the orchestra with you, and also amongst the faculty that you'll work with. You'll connect with them through sectionals, rehearsals, master classes, mock auditions, and panel discussions. And you'll also find time to connect with them in some of those unstructured moments between events, between rehearsals, or even during meals. And you'll find lots of opportunities for networking with peers from similar cultural backgrounds, with professional musicians and faculty, with industry leaders who will be attending the Equity Arc convening. And you'll also get a chance through our college and summer study fair to connect with representatives and faculty from universities and also summer study programs. One thing that we note too is that many fellows stay connected beyond just this program. So they run into each other at summer festivals, college auditions, maybe they attend the same college, and they even find themselves reconnecting as they start to develop their own careers. A few highlights to share for the Pathways Orchestra. 2026 is going to mark our 5th year of running this ensemble, and I mentioned that we'll self-present it this year. We're very excited to welcome back as our music director, Lena Gonzalez Granados. She worked with the inaugural Pathways Orchestra in 2022. A little bit about her from 2020 to 2023. She served as the Solti conducting apprentice with the Chicago Symphony, and she was also an assistant during that time to Maestro Riccardo Muti. She currently serves as the resident conductor with the LA Opera, and she also works with major symphonies like Philadelphia, San Francisco, Indianapolis, and Atlanta. Our ensembles will be in residence at Capital One Hall, so all of your rehearsals and performances will take place there. It's a pretty incredible place to be, and it's a new hall. It's been around for about 5 years. And you'll also get to work with the core faculty of professional musicians from a number of major orchestras across the country. Something new for this year, we're actually going to be presenting both of our national ensembles together. So at the same time, you'll be in residence with us in Capital One Hall, so will the Equity Arc Wind Symphony. So there'll be even more opportunities to connect with musicians and network with them from across the country, and also more professionals who will be present. We'll have two separate sets of faculty, one working with each ensemble for the duration of the residency. A little bit about the actual logistics of the ensemble. So if you're accepted to the Pathways Orchestra, there'll be a few virtual preparatory sessions in February, March, and April. You'll have a chance to connect with our music director, which will be more about score study and the big picture components of the music. You'll also have a chance to connect with your specific instrument faculty member to talk about your specific section in relation to the music and also ensemble playing as it relates to your section and the repertoire. You'll see an overview of the schedule here. You'll notice that it is intensive, but it's going to be both challenging and rewarding. You'll get into town on Thursday afternoon. There may be an evening rehearsal. There'll be a welcome session, and we'll have dinner for you. On Friday and Saturday, you'll have really full days. We will have rehearsals, sectionals, mock auditions, some panel discussions, cultural activities, and a college and summer study fair. And then on Sunday, we'll have a morning dress rehearsal. We'll have a luncheon, which will feature all of the fellows from both ensembles, both sets of faculty, and all of the professionals who've joined us for the Equity Arc National Convening, which will be running at the same time. And then everything ends with an afternoon concert that will feature the Pathways Orchestra and the Wind Symphony. Something new for this year that we're very excited about, Equity Arc is going to cover all travel expenses and hotel accommodations for fellows who are accepted into the orchestra. And we also provide meals for everyone during the residency. Last thing we'll touch on here is a little bit about the eligibility expectations for the ensemble. Um, Applications are open now. I'm sure if you're here, many of you are already aware of that. But I'll drop a link to the application page in the chat so that if you want to check it out or have it handy, you can. To be eligible for this, you need to be a fellow who studies at a Pathways program that's part of our National Collective for Musical Pathways. It's open to students from historically underrepresented cultural backgrounds. You should be nominated by your program manager. It's open to students on standard orchestral instruments, including harp. And this year, it'll be open to pre-college students and also college students who are 21 years or younger. And those college students also have to be alum of Pathways programs who graduated in good standing. In terms of repertoire, you will need to submit a 3 to 5 minute solo work of your choice and two contrasting orchestral excerpts of your choice. And the deadline to get all of this in is October 15th by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, if you're taking it right down to the wire. So just a little under a month to get there. We'll stop here, and I'm happy to answer any questions you all may have. Feel free to come off mic and share your questions, or you can drop them in the chat.